All right, so we got the recording has started, I believe. One second. All right, so today we're going to cover LinkedIn Market 101, creating exposure for your FES business on LinkedIn. Um, we're going to cover very basic information here in terms of your profile and things that you should be doing if you're going to be marketing on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has changed quite a bit over the last 6 months, I would say, and really gotten, I think, a little bit easier to use. It is, as we're going to see here, we go through the presentation, one of the fastest growing, or the fastest growing professional network when you talk about all the different social media platforms that are out there. And I just want to make sure everybody can still hear me okay. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get on with it here. And before we get started, we want to talk a little bit about Communication Mastery coming up here November 6th through the 8th in Phoenix, Arizona. As we tell everybody, our business is all about communication. The better you're able to communicate with your prospects, the better results you're going to get. And really, the thing that's really cool about Communication Mastery is it gives you, what I consider to be an edge over everybody else, because most people that we're going to be communicating with, they're not aware of this. They're not aware of the different personality types. They're not aware of things that are happening just with regard to who they are. So going through Communication Mastery will give you that edge to be able to literally start talking or have a conversation with somebody and understand a little bit about what it is that motivates them, whether there's somebody that likes to receive a lot of information before they make a decision, whether there's somebody that likes to have is looking for something or would do well with something that provides them some type of fun activity, people that are concerned about social issues, perhaps the financial literacy program is great for them, and then people that are interested in just earning a significant amount of income where money is their motivator. So knowing the different personalities and knowing what motivates them in regards to how they dress, how they look, what they drive, the things that they say, will give you that advantage, because that way you're talking to that person the correct way and they're hearing you, versus having a conversation with somebody about something that totally does not gel with them. Okay, so Communication Mastery will teach you those things that you need to know when you're out there prospecting and you're out there talking with people. So again, that's November 6th to the 8th, coming up here in the next, boy, the time has been flying. For those of you that know, many of you may know that I've relocated, so it's just been a whirlwind down here the past couple of weeks, but that's going to be next weekend. So that's something that you definitely want to be there for, that, because it's only going to help you with your building your FES business. Upcoming schedule for the month of December, we have a lot of SOS trainings that are going to be happening. We got Detroit, Metro DC, and Las Vegas, December 4th through the 6th. We got New York, Atlanta, St. Louis, San Antonio, St. Paul, Minnesota, December 11th through the 13th. And as many of you that are on here, that I see on here, some of the leaders that are on this webinar, I mean, this is what makes it happen. This is what will make your business grow. If you are not participating in the SOS trainings, if you're not getting your team members to the SOS trainings, then we don't know what's going to happen with in terms of your business or how fast it's going to grow. But we do know that, and the statistics show it, that the people that are involved in the trainings, that are going to the SOS trainings, they are having the most success with this business. And that's why we promote it so heavily, is because we want you to get trained. It's just like anything in life, any business that you may be involved in, or any job that you might have, you have to get trained. It just blows my mind when people think that they can come into this business and because they've had past successes in other businesses perhaps, or in other employment areas, that they think that they're just going to come here and that this is going to be, they're going to be able to build this business successfully. And that's just not true. You have to get trained no matter what. Again, that applies to just about everything. When I take a look at my own career, I had to go to school. I had to get trained in order to be able to be successful in my career. And furthermore, to continue to grow and advance myself, I had to continue to get trained. And it's the same thing with our business here. And again, the numbers show it. I am a firm believer in those numbers. When I see those numbers and it says to me that these particular people or groups are growing as a result of high attendance with the SOS trainings versus the other groups that perhaps aren't growing or are growing at a much slower pace. The only differentiator between the two is the SOS training. So, the proof's in the pudding. Take it as you may, but the bottom line is this: is that the SOS trainings are the key to this business. And I would strongly encourage you to, invest in yourself, get yourself to a training. I mean, at the end of the day, just like with our credit repair program, if a client goes through the program, and they've done all the things that they're supposed to do, in 6 months' time they're not satisfied, they're eligible for a refund. It's the same thing with the SOS trainings. If you go to an SOS training and on Sunday evening you have the opinion that you didn't learn anything, or we didn't teach you, or the trainer that was there didn't teach you everything that you need to know in order to build this business successfully, they'll give you a refund back. We don't want your money. We want you to be successful with this business if that's what your goal is. So again, something that you absolutely want to take a look at. If you've not been to an SOS training, why not give yourself an opportunity to go there and get trained by the very, very best in this company? All of our executive trainers are VPs or above. They've all gone through a very specific training curriculum that they teach. So it doesn't matter whether you're in Detroit or in St. Paul, Minnesota, or in New York, you're going to receive the same information just from a different trainer. And obviously, if you have people in other areas around the country, you want to encourage them. You want to encourage them to go to an SOS training, because that's what's going to help them grow, and that's what's going to help your business grow. But if you have never attended an SOS, you are not going to do that because you don't know the value of the training and you've not been through it yourself. So for the most part, if you go get yourself trained at an SOS training, things are going to start to happen in your business. You're going to understand what your daily activity looks like. You're going to start to understand, how to get corporate accounts set up, how to get customers, how to recruit new agents into your business, how to structure your business correctly, how to maximize your compensation through the compensation plan. All of the things that you need to know, the mindset that's required to build this business, because I can assure you there's going to be times in your business where things don't seem to be going well. And unfortunately, a lot of people, because of, and it's directly related to the price point of this business. It's so cheap to get involved in this, so inexpensive to get involved in this business that, oftentimes when people run into a few hurdles or have a few bumps along the road, they quit. And this is by learning the correct mindset for this business, it's going to keep you in the game long enough to be able to start to create some results. Again, as a result of going to maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SOSs, however long it takes you to finally get the system down so that you can start to build a successful business and start bringing in customers and agents onto your team. And as we tell everybody at the trainings, and you've heard it on the calls, this is a long-term commitment. This is a long-term business. This is not something that that you're going to go to work for 90 days and retire. Okay, and this is a commitment. It's a 5-year commitment, and we have all kinds of incredible advanced trainings as well. Obviously, we just talked about communication mastery coming up next weekend, but forging of leaders. obviously the communication mastery, the big show, all of the trainings that are available, advanced trainings separate from the SOS trainings as well, to help develop you as a person and to help you to understand the complexity of this business, because this is, on the surface, it looks very simple. And I can tell you that that is not true. You have to get trained. You have to develop the right mindset. You have to learn the right, the mechanics and to build this business. So FESuniversity.com is the website that's been set up for our training program. You can go there, take a look at the itinerary. They also list the corporate overviews that are happening around the country. And again, these are things that you want to be aware of, these locations and these dates, not just from the SOS schedule, but as well the corporate overviews that are happening around the country, because you may know somebody, for example, in St. Louis, and maybe they're having a corporate overview on Thursday, and you can send those people over there to see a live presentation done so that they can get the information, and then you can follow up with them and find out if this is something that they want to be involved with, or something that will help them to achieve whatever their goals are in terms of a business or getting their finances in order, that type of thing. So you want to be aware of the dates and where these things are happening, because again, you may know somebody there that would be a good fit for it. Now, as far as the SOS trains are concerned, for example, Detroit coming up December 4th through 6th on at any of the SOS trains. Day 1, Friday evening at 7 o'clock. You want to get registered. You have an opportunity to bring guests there to that overview and have them see a live presentation done by one of the VPs in the company. Again, the best of the best in our company. Have them sit through an overview and really see the power of what it is that we have here and what it is that we're doing. So that's a great way to expose people to this business as well. And sometimes we have where people come to the Friday night preview, they sign up to become an agent, or they sign up to become a customer. If they sign up to become an agent, sometimes they'll roll right into that weekend. They'll get trained that weekend. And that's a great thing, because now you've got a brand new agent on your team that has been exposed to everything that he needs to know to be able to go out and be successful with this business. And at the end of the day, you want to have a leveraged business, and that's how you're going to create it, because you're going to have a whole bunch of people out there that are trained. They've all been to an SOS, they've all been trained, and now they're starting to build their business, which obviously is going to benefit you as well. And again, that's how you're going to be able to create massive leverage for yourself with your business. Okay, so SOS trains, make sure that you go to FESuniversity.com. There's some great videos there. There's information about the individual trainers that we have, corporate trainers that we have for these events, and some great training video library there as well. So just a great site to stay plugged into. All right, so before we get started, I just wanted to go over some statistics regarding LinkedIn. LinkedIn, again, is the fastest growing professional network. We are not on Facebook. We are in a social media platform where you have professional people, okay? So so what that means is that when we communicate on LinkedIn, we do it a little bit differently in terms of what it is that we're doing versus Facebook, okay? There's currently 380 million users. About 107 of those, about a third of those, are users in the U.S. 97 million monthly unique users. About 35% of users access LinkedIn every day. 39% of users pay to use LinkedIn via the premium accounts. There is a premium account which gives you more access. That's not something that I would necessarily recommend that somebody go out and start paying a monthly fee for LinkedIn till you get familiar with it. And if you decide that this is something that you want to use, at a higher level for your business, then perhaps maybe you might consider getting a premium account, but it's certainly not something that that you want to run out and start, doing immediately. Over 25 million profiles are viewed on LinkedIn daily. 1 out of 3 professionals on the planet has a LinkedIn profile. 1 out of 3 professionals on the planet has a LinkedIn profile. I thought that was a pretty incredible number. 41% access LinkedIn from their mobile devices. So mobile is becoming very big with not only LinkedIn, but all the other social media platforms as well. So the goal is to connect with people, check out their profiles, engage, ask them questions, build some trust, find a problem, get them offline, get them on the phone, talk to them. Okay. This is again, we talk about this business this is a communication. We're communicating with people, and it's always better to have somebody on the phone versus talking to them online. Okay. If I am able to start a conversation with somebody through LinkedIn, or through Facebook, or through any other social media platform, if I have an opportunity to get them on the phone, and that's what I'm really looking for, is I'm going through that communication with them. I'm looking for an opportunity to get them on the phone so that I can have a conversation with them, hear them talk, they can hear me talk. It just creates a deeper connection and will give you an opportunity to learn more about them, find out if there is a problem, and if we have a solution that we can offer them to help solve that problem, whether it's for them personally or perhaps for clients that they might have. Maybe they're a real estate agent, maybe they're a mortgage broker, maybe they're in human resources, maybe they're in car sales, whatever the case is. Okay, but you want to get them offline at the end of the day on the phone. That's the goal. If you're not doing that and you're just communicating with them through messaging, in most cases, that's not going to work. Okay. And then again, finally, offer a solution. Do's and don't. LinkedIn profile is a gateway to you and your business. Keep it professional. We have a higher net in terms of earnings on LinkedIn. It has the highest earnings, if you will, in terms of professions, okay, than any other social profile that's out there. Okay, so these are people that they're making money. Again, very professional. So they have resources. They have the ability to become a customer. They have the ability to become an agent if this is something that they feel is a good fit for them. But again, you always want to keep it very, very professional. So in other words, you don't want to be posting and we're going to talk about posting. We're going to go through some live examples, but you don't want to be posting garbage on LinkedIn. Okay. And here's some examples of that. You don't want to be posting a picture of yourself holding a check that you just got, or making false claims about what it is that we do. That's just not good. You do not want to do that, because those people will disengage you. Okay. And you certainly absolutely never want to be spamming on LinkedIn. We're going to learn a little bit about some of the things that are high value things that you can be posting on LinkedIn to perhaps attract some eyeballs to your profile and your business. So today we're going to talk about LinkedIn, personal profile, the settings, your LinkedIn profile posting, engaging with people, monitoring and adding connections, because that's one of the things that you want to do. Just like with Facebook, you want to create that audience. You want to add connections. You want to connect with other professionals that are in related markets. Okay, again, real estate agents, mortgage professionals, human resource people, cars, anybody that's in sales. You want to add those people to your profile and get connected with them. Marketing schedule. I mean, typically what I'll do is I will, and we'll talk. You'll see this when I go to my LinkedIn profile. But you want to acknowledge people and congratulate them on, maybe they have some type of work anniversary, or they just started a new job, or whatever the case. You want to acknowledge them. One post to do a post to your personal profile in the morning and one in the evening. Now, what I like to do is, since I'm following the 3E formula for my Facebook, I can take that same information and post it on my LinkedIn profile. And the 3 E's are, and these are things that you want to focus on when you're posting, is educational information, okay, empowering information, and be entertaining from time. So you want to kind of mix this up. And again, it's the same formula for Facebook. So since I'm posting educational, empowering, entertaining information on Facebook, I can use the same information on my LinkedIn profile. So it's not like I have to go out and recreate something for each profile that I'm using, okay? So in other words, you may post on Facebook, then go over to your LinkedIn profile and post the same information. They are obviously two separate platforms. Some educational information that you would, things that you could post would be stuff with regard to personal finance, articles from other industry related sites, our Wednesday product training call, any webinars that we're doing, and any information regarding our products. And if anybody has any questions, I'm going to leave the question pane open on my screen here so you can go ahead and type in your questions if you have any questions as we go through the presentation. Again, empowering information. You know, I like to go into Google and search the images for things that are empowering, okay? And people really love this and put a little one-liner at the top of it. Maybe you might even put a link over to some of your information, okay? Because the attraction is going to be the image, what's on that image, and if they like it, they may click on the link that you put with the image when you made the post, okay? Entertaining, same thing. So those are the 3 E's. Again, educational, empowering, and entertaining. Again, these are things that I would post on my Facebook business page or profile. Same thing with LinkedIn. I can take those same exact posts and post them on my LinkedIn. So let's take a look, and I'm going to go over to my LinkedIn profile. Now, I am not by any stretch of the imagination a master at LinkedIn, okay? It's something that I've just re-engaged over the last few months. I hadn't been on here in a while. I've been focusing a lot on marketing on some other platforms, but LinkedIn is a great platform. As a matter of fact, I just brought on board a young lady who's down here in Florida that actually reached out to me through LinkedIn. She went on LinkedIn, did some searching, and gave me a call, and just came on board last week as a new agent, and she's in the lending business. So you got the right audience here. It's just a matter of, you know, them being attracted to you, or you posting information that's going to attract them to you, okay? So right now I'm in the feed for LinkedIn. This is what it looks like. It's really changed a lot. Again, over the last 6 months, I guess. I mean, when I logged, it was funny because I hadn't been on here in a while, and then I came back and I was like, holy cow, it's really changed, and it's gotten a lot easier to, I feel anyways, to be able to post and go in here and do the things that I want to do. So, so this is the feed, and you can see, you know, a good idea as well. For the most part, the majority of the people that, again, you got a lot of professionals on this platform. You can take a look at the posts that they're making and kind of give you an idea as to, you know, the types of things that you should be posting as well. So, you know, she's, you know, Ann Elizabeth Nelson here. She's a top linked open networker. Open networker meaning that she will basically accept anybody as a friend to continue to build her database of people. And it looks like she shared this gentleman's post that he made about procrastinating. So just, you know, entertaining information. AT&T business page. Business in Puerto Rico. Looks like she's got perhaps a video in here. This guy here is posting about a job. Here is Monica, and she's the Assistant Director of Sales and Leasing Senior Management Advisor, 6 ways to make caregiving easier. You have the ability to come in here and like these posts just like you do in Facebook, and share, and as well make comments. So it looks a lot like, in a lot of ways, it looks a lot like the feed that you see in Facebook when you log into your Facebook account. So you can post right here from the feed. This is normally where I do it. And you can either share an update, upload a photo, or publish a post. And you also have the ability to share with the public, just with the people that you're connected to, or share with the public and Twitter if you have a Twitter account connected to your LinkedIn profile, which is kind of cool. Typically, when I post, I do the share with public and my Twitter. That way I don't have to go to my Twitter account to repost again. If you click on upload a photo, it will take you to your computer, and you can simply select whatever photo it is you want to add, and then you can add something in here. Looking to see what this is. And you can also add, a little comment up here with that. In some cases, you may add a link over to your, you could even add a link to your Facebook business page. You could add a link to your website. You can add a link to, if you're using some type of capture page, or perhaps you have a blog or whatever the case, you can link that over, because the idea is to, again, get them to do something. If they click on a link and they go over to your website, that might be your affiliate site or whatever, they might be looking at some information there. Maybe it's something that they like, and they'll reach out to you because obviously you have all of your contact information here. But the idea is to try to capture them in some way. If you have a capture page, obviously they may go over there and they may put in their name, phone number, and email address, so that now you can call them as well. So I'm just going to share this, and I'm going to share it on my with the public and on my Twitter. And it shows, who posted it, and obviously my image there. Now, I like anything that I post. I obviously hit the like button. If you share an update, that would just be something that you want to share, not necessarily have an image attached to it, although you can upload an image from a share on an update as well. Let me see if it has. Again, there's been a lot of recent changes on LinkedIn. The post section is for if you're writing articles. If you're writing articles, this is where you would create a post. There's like one big giant blog on here, if you will, and we'll take a look at that in a minute, where you can add articles or what we call blog posts as well. And I know Catherine has used Facebook quite a bit, and one of the things that she is saying is that everything shared and posted in LinkedIn pops up much in capital letters higher in Google searches than Facebook, just FYI. So So LinkedIn, I mean, it sounds to me, and I've seen that before as well in Google searches. If you're using a LinkedIn profile and you're posting information on there, it will show up very well in the Google searches. Thank you, Catherine, for sharing that. Anything else along the way, Catherine? I know you use LinkedIn, please feel free to share. So you have, I'm going to go over to, let's do this. I'm going to go over to my profile itself. Setting up a profile is pretty easy. If you do not have a profile on LinkedIn, the key, again, just like any other social media platform, is putting information on it daily, keeping it active, because that's what's going to draw people to you. So when I go over to my LinkedIn profile, I'm going to see this little pencil here by all the different things here that I can update the information that's set up on my initial profile. You can upload a photo. You absolutely want to put a photo on LinkedIn, not of something other than yourself. You want to have a photo of you, a professional image uploaded of you on your LinkedIn profile. Now, I am an open networker, so I pretty much accept anybody's invite that wants to connect with me. And there's a lot of information that you can get from who's looking at your profile, that type of thing as well. You're going to see this message here come up that will ask you to add information to help increase the exposure of your profile. You can either add something or skip it. If I wanted to, now it's asking me for professional content to your profile. If I wanted to add a website URL, link to a video, image, documents, presentation, information about any schools that you may have attended, any groups or activities that you're involved with. So, or you can just close this box out. So my suggestion, you upload a picture, an image of yourself, put your name on there, and then you have the ability to add in different words with regard to what it is that you're doing. Okay, I have financial education services, credit repair, credit education, business development, and team building. It's got my location, where I'm located at, what business I'm in, and when you click on the pencil again, it's going to have boxes here for you to fill out. And I just went in and updated all of this information in terms of my location. So some of you know I just recently relocated. Previous employment, any education that you want to add, and then it's going to tell you how many more connections you have. Contact info, I like to have it full. I mean, if somebody wants to contact me, I want to give them the ability to be able to do that. A lot of times I see profiles, they don't have a phone number in them. You don't necessarily have to have your address in here. This is a wrong address. I want to update that right now. Actually, I'm just going to put in, you don't have to put in your actual address if you don't want to. But I would suggest putting in the city and the state, because that will help in terms of you being seen in that area. Email address, name your Twitter account, web chat, I'm not sure what that is. Website, you can put in your different websites here as well. That's no longer. Okay, so I've got my email address, phone number, my address, my Twitter account, and my websites, and then you always have a link here to your LinkedIn profile. You have the ability to, I believe, edit that through the little sprocket here. Actually, let's see what that does. That actually took me back right to the what's seen. It took me out of the edit feature. So when I log in and I go to my profile, you're going to be on where you're able to edit. Here's where you can, that's what I was looking for right there. Give me 1 second here. So I'm going to go back here, contact info. I'm going to go down here to the little sprocket here, click on that. And then I see over to the right here, I have the ability to add some information after by linkedin.com/in/, and you can put your name in there, put whatever you want in there. And it gives you some information here. Your custom URL must contain 5 to 30 letters or numbers. Please do not use spaces, symbols, or special characters. Control how you appear when people search for you on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Make my public profile visible to no one, or make my public profile visible to everyone. I want everyone to see it because I want everyone to see my business. And there's boxes in here that you can uncheck. And you can create a public profile badge. Let's see what that is. I think it's a little badge that you can put on the different icons that you can copy this code here and put it on a website or in your email. It's always good to, especially in our business, because there's so many, unfortunately, there's people in our industry that don't do the right thing. So if I can create a sense of assurance to that prospect that I'm talking to through my LinkedIn profile, through my Facebook business page, I'm going to do that because I want them to see, because sometimes people will come in and they'll just want to check to see if you're for real, see who you are. And that's why it's so important as well to make sure that your profiles are very clean in terms of what you're posting, and making sure that other people aren't posting crap on your profile page, okay? Because you don't want that to be who you are. You want people to see you as a professional in the financial services industry and feel comfortable working with you. Let's go back to the edit page. Now I also have created some posts. These are items that I've published. You can click on here to write a new post. You can click on here to view the stats of your current posts. This is a summary. You want to have a summary on here. Tell a little bit about yourself, what it is that you're doing. You can add documents, photos, links to something else, a video, presentation, anything that you may have published. And then we get into your work experience. And again, you'll have a little pencil show up by each one of these items. And for me, I believe that the more information that you have on your page with regard to FES and what you're doing and products and services, that's going to help you to rank higher for those, for the company, for the products and services, and what it is that you do. So if somebody's looking for somebody in the financial services, maybe they're looking for somebody that does credit repair or somebody that does wills and trusts or whatever the case is, you want to make sure that you include that information in your work profile and your experience profile, just to help you to rank higher. Now, I don't expect everybody to come in here and copy exactly what I did. If I see that, I will probably call you and tell you to change it. Okay? Be creative. I'm sure that we'll all be saying pretty much the same thing, but be creative. Create your own. That's going to help you. That's a good exercise because it's going to help you when you start creating. For example, maybe you don't have a Facebook a business page. You decide you want to create that. Okay, don't be lazy. Go in there and create your own unique profile. Make sure that you talk about what it is that you're doing. Make sure you talk about the products and services that you have available with FES. Now, another thing I would say, I mean, you want to focus primarily on the products and services more so than the recruiting. Okay. I leave that for later. If somebody calls me up and they want to talk about credit repair or how they can get their credit fixed, depending upon how that conversation goes, it may lead into them potentially becoming an agent. But again, on LinkedIn, you want to create that professional appearance. You're on here marketing your products to people that need that or people that have clients that need what it is you have. If you start spamming these groups and send out messages and trying to get people to join your business, they're going to mark it as spam. They're going to report you. They're going to unfriend you or disconnect from you, and that's not a good thing. So just be smart about it when you are posting on LinkedIn and creating your profile. It doesn't hurt to have, I think on here, maybe I don't have it, but you can include, hey, if you're looking for a new career opportunity, boom, here's a link. That's totally fine. But the focus doesn't want to be on that. The focus wants to be on the product. As you start to build your Facebook profile, you'll have people that will come in and make recommendations for you. And here's one from George Anderson. I've got some additional previous experience listed in here as well. Other recommendations. And you want to try to get people to make a recommendation. If you have people that that you're connected with, for example, Jeffrey Stoker is a good friend of mine, owns a business, and I sent him a message. I said, hey, Jeff, would you mind, after I added him, I sent him a message. I said, hey, would you mind writing a little recommendation for me? He said, yeah, no problem, Mark. I've known Jeff for a number of years. Same thing with Lynn Baker. So get people to do that. Ask people to do that for you. Skills and endorsements. People can endorse you for different things that you list, because when you start out fresh with your profile, you're going to list what your skills are, okay? I've got sales, lead generation, market, business development, leadership, social media, credit, new business development, strategy, team building. So you can add these things. And as people endorse you, then you want to, what I like to do is I like to have the higher ones near the top and then go down from there. These are also just other random genres, if you will, where people have endorsed me for other things. Some of these are duplicates. That looks like a duplicate. I might go in there and delete. If I have a duplicate or something that looks like a duplicate, I'm going to probably go in and, because I already have social media marketing. I'm not in the mortgage lending business anymore. So you can add to this areas of expertise, and then that will pop up when people view your profile. They can endorse you for those different areas of expertise. And then if you want to move them around, all you got to do is click and drag them to put them wherever you want. Like I said, I like to have all my highest ones listed at the top. I don't know that it makes a difference, but that's the fall in me. See, Gloria has her hand raised. Gloria, if you have a question, just type that in the questions box and I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. Then you get down to your education level. Additional info, interests. Birthday, advice for contacting, best way to reach me. I've got my phone number in here. Honors and awards. Different organizations that you might be involved with. If you speak multiple languages, if you speak English, Spanish, Portuguese, Korean, whatever the case is, you want to list that in there so that people obviously know they can reach out to you and communicate with you. Volunteers, causes you care about, organizations you support, and then you have your list of recommendations. And again, it's better to have more information than less, okay? So you want to have all of these different categories. You don't have to have every category, but you want to have them enough. You want to have as many categories. If I find a category that's relevant to me, I'm going to create content for that. I'm going to put information there with regard to FES and what it is that I do, just to create additional exposure. Now you can also click and drag, I believe, these different modules around. For example, I can move this up, my experience level. I can move it up or move it down on the page. I like the order that I have. I'm not going to be moving anything, but you do have the ability to do that. Obviously, I've got you know, my main. This is always going to be at the top. Then I've got my different posts that I've written, my summary, publications, experience. But you have the ability. If I wanted to move that up, I could move that up one. Drag. Actually, I need to drag it. So now it has my summary, my experience, and where did my publication go? That went down to the bottom. All right. Okay, yeah, went underneath my experience. So you have the flexibility to move those around. No problem, Gloria. So you want to take advantage of all of the different areas in here, as long as it's good information, to put information on, again, on this page, on your profile page. So right now, I'm going to go to my actual, what it is that somebody sees when they come to my page. I can view profile as, I can view my recent activity. I can ask to be recommended, create profile in another language, save to PDF, manage public profile settings. Take a look at that. Oh, okay, we already did that. So as you start to build your profile, LinkedIn is going to tell you what your profile strength is And as you start to fill in sections with information, it will raise your profile strength. So there's a couple of things additional information I could add to probably increase that as well. It's going to tell you who viewed your profile. 5 profile views have been viewed by 5 people in the last 3 days. Let's see who's looking. So in the last 90 days, I had 160 profile views. Gives me a little graph here. I had 6 viewers with the title real estate broker. Gives you a nice little breakdown here of who's checking out your information. So these are the people that, some of the people that viewed me: Catherine, Raymond Solis, Susan Goodwin, Matthew, and this gentleman here. And there's been if you have the premium account, it'll give you all of the people that viewed your profile. And some of these people, if you're not connected, for example, apparently me and Susan aren't connected here on LinkedIn. I'm going to connect with her, so I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to say that we've done business together, and I'm going to choose Executive Sales Director, National Recruiter at Financial Education Services. Whenever I add somebody, and you got to be careful when you're adding people, because at some point, if you keep adding, or if you add too many people, it's going to stop you, and it's going to ask you to put in their email address, because obviously it wants you to connect with people that you know, not just randomly reaching out to people, but it will allow you to do that. You just can't abuse it. Doesn't want you adding like 500 people in a day. It will stop you from doing that. I'm not sure what that number is, but I think if you come in on a daily basis and you perhaps connect with 5 or 10 people, that will be okay. And sometimes I'll add people, and sometimes it'll pop up wants to know their email address, because it says down here, important, only invite people you know well and who know you. Okay. So if it sees you're doing it too much, it's going to ask you to put in their email address to connect with them. So I haven't added anybody manually recently, so I'm going to send an invitation to Susan, and all I got to do is hit send an invitation. She'll receive that in her inbox, if you will. And it says invitation to Susan Goodwin has been sent, and then it's going to give me a list of other people that I may know, which none of them I know. But if there was somebody that was on here, perhaps again they were in a real estate related business, or a mortgage business, or some related business, somebody that we want to connect with, you could certainly go here and start connecting with those people. Again, you probably, I think if you do 5, 10 people a day, you should be fine. And it could be more than that, I don't know. But when you have friends that, see, here's Sherry Campbell commented on my photo that I just uploaded exactly. Catherine Brand endorsed me for skills. Susan Goodwin viewed my profile. I sent her a friend request. Susan is an FES agent, for those of you that don't know, and is attending today's webinar. Hello, Susan. I think you're still here with us. And Bob Hanson published it. It's also going to tell me who published posts. So I have 59 friend requests in here. Looks like Susan may have sent me one before I sent her one, so I'm just going to accept that. You have the option under your friend request to either accept or not accept. And I'm going to accept Susan's request. I don't like profiles that don't have pictures. That sends a flag up the pole for me. So typically, in most cases, I will decline those. And I could go through here, but there's 50, I have 56 additional requests here that I need to go through. And what you do is, as you start to receive those requests, you just click on the invitation or see all button, and it'll bring them up. And these are all my pending invites, and then you can simply add them or not add them. It's up to you. You have your message box where people have sent you messages. I don't respond to them all. If I see somebody that I'm interested in communicating with, honestly, it just depends. Again, sometimes people they will spam you through the system. This guy's trying to develop his Twitter followers. Let me see who we got here. Catherine Downey says she's a nationwide direct lender. So she's soliciting me. She says she's a nationwide direct lender and would like to have me as a client. We both have soft and hard money programs. Do you mind if I sent you guidelines of program informations? I mean, I may, because she is in the market that she's in, I may call her up and say, hey, Catherine, this is Mark. I got your information. Let's see if her phone number's in here. So if I go to her profile, I apologize, her screen's jumping around. If I go to contact info, there's no, her phone number, her mobile phone's in there. So she's in California. She is somebody that I would call and say, hey, Catherine, this is Mark. We're connected on LinkedIn. You sent me a message with regard to your, that you're in the hard money lending arena. Let me ask you a question. How many people do you turn away that have less than perfect credit? Or I'm going to have a conversation with her. I may talk to her and find out what she's doing. Okay. But I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to ask her that question. I'm going to ask her about people that have bad credit that she might be dealing with. So, so this is a way, you want to check your messages because you may have somebody sending you a message. I've signed up clients. I know other agents have enrolled and signed up clients through LinkedIn. So when you get up, you want to make sure that you go over and check, see if you have any messages, and then follow up on the ones that you want to follow up on. Delete the ones that are of no relevance to you. Very simple. And it's just another line to have in the water, if you will. To catch another fish. L.R. Kelly wants to know what is a lion. That's an acronym. LinkedIn Open Networker. That means that you're not going to, because sometimes if somebody sends you a friend request and you don't know them, you could simply tell the system that it's spam or I don't know this person. If you say I don't know this person, and if, let's say for example you sent out 10 connections, you want to connect with 10 people that you don't really know. If they said that they didn't know you, then LinkedIn would stop you from connecting and require that you put in an email address in order to make connections with people for a time period. Okay, I don't know what that time period is. It could be a week, could be 2 weeks, I don't know. So whenever you see LinkedIn Open Networker, you can send them a friend request because they're going to accept you as a friend. They're not going to tell LinkedIn that they don't know you. They're just going to accept you, probably send you a message. Does that make sense, LR Kelly? Does that make sense? Yeah, I apologize. I lost my question box. Okay, there it is. Okay, awesome. So again, the intention of if you already have a LinkedIn profile, you want to go in and maybe you haven't been on it for a while. You want to go in and freshen it up. You want to go in and change some information, add new info. I mean, we've got things that we're doing, as far as the company's concerned. Maybe you haven't let people know that we have the ability to add 2 years of rental history to the credit reports. Okay. Maybe things that we're going to be doing. Maybe you want to announce that we're having an advanced training in Phoenix. I don't know. Just make sure you just want to go in and freshen up your profile. If you haven't been there in a while, it's a great thing to do. There is a way to add a background photo on here, and I'm not sure. I can't remember how to do that at the moment. It'll come to me. You also have these little drop downs up here at the top. Obviously, the home button is where you're going to go for your feed, your main feed. That's where you're going to when you log in. That's where you're going to come to initially. You have your profile, edit profile, who's viewed your profile, your updates. It'll show you all the updates that you've made. Now, I might not be connected with Sherry Campbell. I don't know. She's a project manager, change management business. So I'm going to connect with her. She commented on that. I'm going to send her a request. And again, I'm going to do that through Financial Education Services. Hopefully she'll accept that. Let's go back to my updates. There's what we saw in the feed when we first started the webinar. I liked it, so it showed up there. Just an image that I posted, empowering. There's a post that I created. Information about the YFL. In some cases, it's good to start a conversation. If somebody comments on your whatever it is that you post, you may, add a comment. They'll see that. Okay, so you're now starting to engage with your audience. You also have connections, keep in touch, add connections, find alumni. So that's a great way to reconnect with people that perhaps maybe you haven't seen in a long time. Maybe you went to school with, okay? College, high school, whatever. I can select all and send a message to them. I can tag them. I wouldn't recommend tagging anybody at this point unless you're, you know the correct way to do that. And you have the ability to remove from contacts. So if I select all, and then I select message, it's going to give me an option to send a message to everyone. Well, not everyone. So here when I clicked on this, it says we move things around a bit. Your messages are now organized by the people you are talking to, sent, received, and archived messages all in one place. Okay, that's has to do with the message center here. But you can add people's names in here if they're not already showing up on the list, okay? It looks like it'll let you send out 20 at a time. You can add an image to the message, you can add a link to the message, and I think you have your icons there. Find alumni. So you can search for people in here that you've worked with, went to school with. Set the dates. So it's a very powerful tool. Now, as time goes on, we'll do some more, some deep dives into some of the different areas, some of the things that you can do with LinkedIn. But again, for this particular webinar, we just want to keep it simple. Jobs, I'm not looking for a JOB at this time, nor will I ever. Interests, companies, groups, Pulse, I'm not sure what that is. Education, SlideShare, online learning. What you want to do is you want to go here and just click on, if you're new to LinkedIn or if you've been using it, you're not really sure. Obviously, if you go there and click on the link, it's going to show you, what type of information is there. These are the different groups that I'm connected with. Which I really haven't done a lot with any of the groups. I mean, again, you want to keep it simple. If you go in there and you create your profile, get your information out there, start connecting with some people, you're going to create an opportunity for a deeper connection. So thank you. These are things here for, we never want to, obviously, we don't want to necessarily post for a job, if you will, in LinkedIn. I don't know that it'll let you do it anyways without having a premium level account, but I think I would advise against that. again, you're going to be promoting your products and services. And if you have an opportunity through that to be able to share the productionatpace.com information with that potential prospect, then obviously you're going to do that. But I wouldn't go as far as posting for a job. Does anybody have any questions at all regarding any of the information that we've gone over at this point? Or something that perhaps maybe you're on LinkedIn and you have a question about a functionality on there? So this is cool here too. Ways to keep in touch. Raymond here has a new job. I'm going to like that. I could also make a comment. There's 14 of these. It'll give you 15 a day. And I like to, at minimum, go in and just hit the like button on these. She's celebrating her 6-year anniversary. Again, on some of these, you can comment. Has a new job, Director of Business Development at Luxury Mortgage Group. These are people that you're already connected with, that some event is happening in relation to their job, either, again, an anniversary or perhaps a new job. I can send her a message. I can view her profile. And then once you're done with that, boom, that'll go away. All caught up. And then it's going to give you people that you may know. And you can just continue to build your network of people that you're connected to. Again, I don't like profiles where they don't have any information or a picture up. I tend to stay away from those. So that's what I basically wanted to cover today, was just, again, some of the basic information to get you started with regard to setting up your LinkedIn profile. Make sure that, I see so many profiles that are like really empty profiles. There's a picture up there, limited information. Make sure you fill out all of the areas. Take your time, one evening or whatever, and go through and just fill out each section. Put some information in each section. It doesn't take that long. You only got to do it one time. Of course, unless you move or change your contact information, something like that. So that will help you to be found, if you will, in the searches. Okay, so if nobody has any questions, then we are going to stop the presentation. Hopefully that was helpful for some of you. And I will be, again, this is being recorded, and I will upload it to our Facebook group for you to have available for playback later on. All right, well, you guys have a great day, and we'll be talking again real soon. Take care.